Hello and welcome to Driving with Todd, and I'm Todd. So the week of Black Friday, the week that Thanksgiving falls in, Walmart here in the United States had a sale on their vinyl albums. It was $15. $15 for any vinyl album. That means it could have been a single record, a double record, a triple record. Didn't matter what the original cost was, it was $15. That was incredible. So Todd had to buy a bunch of albums. Now, I haven't bought a lot of albums in a long time, and this was a deal I couldn't pass up. Well, one of the albums I bought was a album that I have several copies of already, but this is a Walmart exclusive, and I've been wanting to get it. It's Curtis Mayfield's Superfly. Now, if you've never heard this album, it is incredible. Now, Curtis Mayfield is a genius. The guy is just really something else. The songs he writes are just gold. Now, this album, like I said, is a Walmart exclusive. It actually has the fold open sleeve, like the original does. And I've got like several of the original, but this one's a remastered version, and it's on 180 gram vinyl. So I kind of wanted it. The other cool thing about it, since it is a Walmart exclusive, it comes on colored vinyl. So I love colored vinyl. I'm a colored vinyl freak. And it's on a gold marbled vinyl. It just looks really cool, especially when it's turning around on the turntable with a tone arm on it. And it sounds phenomenal. Now, why do I like this album so much? It's just great. I mean, it's just a great album. There isn't a bad track on here. And like I said, Curtis Mayfield's a genius. Now, he started with a soul group called The Impressions in the 50s and stayed with that group throughout the 60s. And he wrote the great song People Get Ready for The Impressions, and that song has been covered by so many different artists. It's just one of those great songs. Well, Curtis Mayfield went solo in 1970 and released an album called Curtis. He released another album in 71, another solo album in 71, and then in 72 he wrote the soundtrack for the movie Superfly, which I gotta admit, I've never seen the movie. I love the album. I played the album over and over, but I've never ever seen the movie. Maybe I need to do that yet one of these days. But he wrote the soundtrack, and the first single from that album was Freddies Dead. Now, that actually came out prior to the release of the album and prior to the release of the movie, and I heard it on the radio, and I loved the song. I mean, Curtis Mayfield has this sweet, sweet soul voice, and the song is just riveting. Now, I didn't know what the song was. I mean, I knew the song was about somebody getting killed, but I didn't know exactly what it referred to because it came out prior to the movie and the soundtrack. Well, the single, Freddy's Dead, actually went to number 4 on Billboard's Hot 100 singles chart. It just whoop right up the chart, and I can see why. It's just a great song. On Billboard's Rhythm and Blues chart, it got to number 2. So this was just a hot song for Curtis Mayfield. And the second single from the Superfly album was Superfly, which is also a great song. Now, what's interesting about these songs is on the soundtrack album, Curtis Mayfield added vocals. So there's lyrics to the songs. But in the movie Superfly, most of these songs were just backing tracks. They're just instrumentals. Like Freddies Dead was like the theme song to the movie. It played over the beginning credits of the movie. And so it's kind of called Freddy's Dead theme to Superfly. So it's interesting, in fact, that here he wrote all these songs with lyrics, but the backing tracks were what were actually used in the movie. So I thought that was all kind of interesting. And I, like I said, I love the song. I was so happy to get this album for $15. I mean, to me that was a steal. And like I said, it sounds great. Not a bad track on it. I'm a big Curtis Mayfield fan. Anyways, he's just writes great music and has a super voice. I just love his singing style. So I thought we're gonna do Freddy's Dead. I found a video, watched about 15 seconds of it. It looks like it's live in the studio. So if that's the case, it probably doesn't have the strings and so on that the album version and the single version has. But I thought it'd be kind of fun to watch Curtis Mayfield do this live in the studio. That's what I think this is. So here we go with Curtis Mayfield doing just a great, great song, Freddy's Dead, from the movie Superfly.
Freddy's dead. That's what I said. Let the man rap a plan, said he'd send him home, but his heart was a rope and he should have known. It's hard to understand. There was love in this man. I'm sure all would agree that his misery was his woman and things. Now Freddy's dead. That's what I said. Everybody's misused him, ripped him up and abused him. Another junkie plan, wishing dope for the man. A terrible blow, but that's how it goes. Freddy's on the corner now. If you wanna be a junkie, why? Remember Freddy's dead. We're all built up with progress, but sometimes I must confess we can deal with rockets and dreams, but reality, what does it mean? Ain't nothing said, 'cause Freddy's dead.
Okay, just stopping for a minute. Just love this song. Now this is definitely a live version. That's what I thought it was going to be. And so you don't, like I said, you don't have the string section laying over the top of this like the soundtrack version. But I love the guitar. I mean, that's one of the things I always liked about this song is that slow moving guitar with the wah-wah pedal. I just think that is so cool. I mean, he's not like jamming on this guitar or anything. He's just kind of playing a rhythm and working the wah-wah pedal to get that nice smooth sound out of the guitar. And then you've got the congas. You got that nice heavy bass guitar in there that's just kind of grooving along with the song. And then the drummer is hitting a couple of really good rolls in there. I like that too. But what really also drives the song besides that guitar with the wah-wah pedal is Curtis Mayfield's voice. I mean, he's just got that really kind of almost like a falsetto voice, but he's got like this soulful tinge to that falsetto voice as he's singing the song, and it's just sounds so great. One thing that I read is, which I didn't realize as well, I always thought Freddy died of a drug overdose. That when, every time I heard the song, that's what I thought happened, is that he had died from a drug overdose. I guess what really happens in the movies, he gets hit by a car, he gets run over on purpose. So kind of puts a different thought pattern as I'm listening to the lyrics of this song now. But just love this. Love how Curtis Mayfield sings this. He just has that really sweet voice. So let's keep on going with the song and see where it goes.
'Cause Freddy's dead. Yeah, yeah. Lord, Lord. Yeah, yeah. Lord, Lord. be like Freddy now, 'cause Freddy's dead. Everybody's misused him, ripped him up and abused him. Another junkie playing, pushing dope for the man. Freddy's on the corner now. If you wanna be a junkie, why? Remember Freddy's dead. If you don't try, you're gonna die. Why can't we brothers protect one another? No one's keeping us, and it makes me furious. Don't be misled. Just think of Fred. Everybody's misused him, ripped him up and abused him. Another junkie playing, pushing dope for the man. Freddy's on the corner now. If you wanna be a junkie, why? Remember Freddy's dead. Ha, 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 ha. Freddy's dead. Freddy's dead. Freddy's dead.
Okay, that's pretty good. Now, I didn't know where this was recorded from. There's a lot of background noise, and then at one point it just kind of skipped a little bit in the video. But I thought it's kind of cool. I mean, it's very much reminiscent of the early 70s and the look and the feel. I mean, the clothing they were wearing and the sound. I mean, it was just a really cool representation of the soul music of the early 70s. Just, I thought so, at least. Again, I really think Curtis Mayfield's a genius. The guy just puts out just dynamite music. I had read that he got injured from falling lights at a concert, and I think it was like 1990, and he became paralyzed. But he kept on going and creating more music, which is just great, because the guy, like I said, is incredible. And what I thought was kind of cool is I thought that Curtis Mayfield was playing the wah-wah pedal guitar, but it was actually the gentleman behind him, because then they were showing him using the foot pedal, the wah-wah pedal, as he was playing that guitar. I thought that was pretty cool that they actually showed that, because I love watching somebody using a wah-wah pedal and playing the guitar. I just love that sound. So this is great. I thought this was really interesting. Again, the lyrics are very much about what happens to this person. I think his name was Fat Freddy in the movie, and he was a drug dealer, and then he was killed by somebody hitting him with a car, and that's what this song is all about. So great song, big hit for Curtis Mayfield in 1972. And like I said, when I heard it on the radio, I just loved the sound. I mean, that wah-wah guitar in there was just phenomenal, and kind of slow and soulful. And then Curtis Mayfield's great falsetto type vocals just add to the song tremendously. I always loved hearing this song on the radio. I just thought it was just a really good song. And then, like I said, the next single from that album was Superfly, which was also a big hit for Curtis Mayfield. Just a really good album, really good soundtrack. Maybe someday I'll see that movie. I got to put that on my to-do list. So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you enjoyed Curtis Mayfield doing Freddy's Dead. If you did, hit that like button. That'd be really appreciated. If you have any comments about Curtis Mayfield, the song Freddy's Dead, or maybe you could tell me a little bit more about the movie Superfly, put it in the comments below. That'd be really awesome as well. If you haven't done so, please subscribe to my channel. I'd really appreciate it. And then go over here, ring that bell, and you'll get updates to my latest videos. This was great. I kind of love seeing Curtis Mayfield doing this kind of live in the studio with his band. I thought that was kind of unique. But it's a great song. No matter how he does it, it's a great song, and it puts a big smile on my face. Hope it put a big smile on your face, and peace out, baby.